Why is Access Bank involved in establishing these principles for responsible banking?
For us at Access Bank, we are fully aware of the negative impacts of unsustainable business practices and operations on our planet and its people. We also understand that as financial institutions, we play a key role in facilitating social, environmental, and economic development in the global community. However, today, more and more forward-looking financial institutions are beginning to realize their roles in shaping the world sustainably by financing the future. These institutions are taking active steps to embed environmental and social governance, as well as risk management in their processes, in their policies, operations, and practices. Access Bank, as one of Africa's leading financial institutions driving sustainable development, has over the past 10 years worked to fully embed sustainability in its business practices and operations. Having initiated and, of course, championed the process that led to the development of the Nigerian Sustainable Banking Principles in 2012, we're very excited to collaborate with the United Nations and 27 other international banks to establish global principles for responsible banking, sharing our learnings and experiences from the African perspective, or more specifically the Nigerian perspective. We strongly believe that these principles will be most influential in enlightening the global banking community of its responsibility to the planet, equipping it with the tools and resources that will enable banks to be truly responsible, financing a future for a world that is socially responsible, environmentally protected, and economically developed.
What is the purpose of the principles for responsible banking?
The purpose of the principles is to transform the entire banking industry so it plays a leading role in achieving society's goals. The principles involve a framework for the socially responsible banking system of the future. They consist of the principles, implementation guidance based on best practice, and target setting and reporting to building accountability. These principles provide a method and guidance for the banking industry to align with global goals for positive social impact and sustainable development.
What are the principles for responsible banking?
The principles were developed by UNEP Finance Initiatives and 28 member banks, of course, one of them being Access, who are industry leaders in sustainability and CSR. The 6 principles for responsible banking cover alignment, impacts, clients and customers, other stakeholders, governance and culture, and of course, transparency and accountability.
What are we aiming to achieve through the principles for responsible banking?
The principles for responsible banking exist to transform the banking industry so that it plays a leading role in achieving society's goals. The principles will define the banking industry's role and responsibilities in shaping and financing a sustainable future. It will also set the global benchmark for what it means to be a responsible bank and provide actionable guidance for how to get there. They will also ensure accountability and transparency and create a trusted brand that signals a credible commitment to serving society.
What will be the benefits of applying the principles for the banking industry?
The principles will help the banking industry to align with society's goals for a sustainable future. It will also help set the global benchmark for what it means to be a socially responsible bank, and of course, also elevate and validate the action of industry CSR leaders. Finally, it will allow banks to accelerate their social impact efforts and get ahead of shifting regulations. Also, it will allow banks to build brand trust and engagement with clients and customers and employees, as well as provide the industry with a tool to assess and improve the social impact of the entire banking industry.
Finally, what are the benefits for us at Access Bank?
For us at Access Bank, very simply, the principles will elevate our industry leadership and accelerate our impact. The principles will, as a starting point, transform and strategically position our bank to outperform by seizing the opportunities of a changing economy and society. It will enable us set targets on where we have the largest or potential largest impact and report on progress against these targets. It will also help us align our bank with societal and regulatory pressures easily and effectively. It will create our own actionable strategic plan based on best practice. It will enable us build public trust and engagement with clients, customers, and employees through transparency and the validation of the positive contribution that we make.